just a quick video to bring you all up to date, and I'm going to conduct a little experiment with this media. Well guys, I'm happy to say that the lagging's gone off my tanks, and I am pleased. I was fed up with seeing that, but it's all gone now. It's actually 23 degrees here today, and the pond's up to nearly 14 degrees already. I'll just show you that. So we're having a cracking day here at the moment. 14, it is 14 degrees. So we're 14 degrees in the pond. So if it keeps like this, we're still getting 1 or 2 frosty nights. That's why I've left the covers on the pond. But if it keeps like this, the covers will be coming off the pond very soon. Great stuff. The pond season is upon us. So now's the time to get out there, chaps. Make a list of what you got to do and knock the jobs off one by one. Well guys, I've started moving the fish out of the tank, and I'm moving them into the pond, as you well know. So if we go to the pond, now as you can see here, I've got them in the bag. I'm floating them. I should float them for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. The others seem to be quite interested at the moment in them. There's their mum. Come to have a quick look. See what's going on. Okay guys, I'm going to let them go. I've got the temperature in the tank the same as the pond. I did put the heaters off in the tank, so we're going to let them go out into the big pond. They'll be a bit lost, they've never seen a big pond like this before. So hopefully they'll come out in a minute. Try and get the bag the right way round. Here they are. Come on. They all want to be up the other end of the bag for some reason. Come on. Come on. Here they go. Come on. There they go. Out into their new surroundings to meet their brothers and sisters, I suppose. All the others quite interested to see what's going on, see what's happening in the pond. They should be used to little ones now. They've been living with the others for quite some time. Right, the ones I've got in the net in the bag at the moment are the bigger ones, so they should settle down quite well. And that's all of them. That's all the 8 from the tank be in the pond. I shall let them go in a minute or two. Just give them another 5 minutes. Let them temperatures come up equal. They were pretty equal. The pond's 12, and as I turned the heaters off in the tank, it had dropped to 12 degrees. So the temperatures aren't far off anyway, so I shall only float them for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay guys, 10 minutes have gone. We'll let these boys go. These two always want to go to the other end of the bag. Come on. That's one of the smaller ones at the end there. Come on. They just don't want to come out. There they go, into the pond. Start their new life. That one there was the biggest one out the tank. Hi guys, it's now 12.5, 13 degrees in the pond, and we're coming out of winter, so the pond maintenance is starting. And as you can see, I've just given my pond a dose of cloverleaf. I did have a bit of an algae problem during the winter, so I've got in early, given the pond a dose of cloverleaf. The old cloverleaf that I've used before. That'll now take 2 or 3 days to clear, so I shan't see my fish for a while. But I thought I'd get it done early, get the job done and out of the way. I will be keeping my air stones on, by the way, for the next 2 or 3 days while this treatment works, to give them plenty of air. You always want plenty of air in your pond if you're doing any sort of treatment, so I will be leaving the air stones on. Now I did take the top off my bottom drain and clean that out, and how I did that was put a plank. I took the boards off, these winter boards, took them off, put a plank across the pond, and what I actually used was this here. I've got 2 pieces of wood, as you can see, bolted them together in the middle so they work like a pair of scissors, and just cut 2 nicks out here and here to allow the bottom drain to go into the lid of, and just slowly worked it backwards and forwards until it came off. And surprisingly enough, it was quite easy to get back on. So I'm quite pleased with that. Now what I actually used to clean the drain and go up the drain was one of these, which you can buy, and it fits. I've got a Karcher pressure washer, and it fits the Karcher pressure washer, which this threads up the pipe work, and in here there are jets that actually blast backwards, so that it actually feeds itself up the drain and blasts any dirt backwards. And you can buy them, you can get them for your pressure washer, and they work really well. It feeds itself up the pipe and blows all the dirt out. So I've cleaned all the bottom drain and all the pipe work out now, so that's all nice and clean, ready for the summer. And that's how I cleaned my bottom drain out, and didn't even get my feet wet. Okay guys, I have been asked if we get any problems with this streaming. And what they mean is, once the media's settled, all the water finding its way through in one place, which means it won't filter it properly. Well, what I want to do is show you something over the next week, and we're going to do a little experiment. Now I've just cleaned my filters out, they're all nice and clean, and as you can see, the media isn't settled. You can just put your hand straight through it. So that's just been clean and all disturbed. So what I'm going to do over the next week, just before they're due to be clean again, is do a little experiment, and just to show you that this media is settling all the time. It doesn't just sit as it is now. That will slowly settle over the next week, ready for the next cleaning out. But we'll do a little experiment and I'll show you what I mean. Okay, now this is after 2 days. It's been settling for 2 days now. 2 days ago I cleaned the filters out, and as I can feel, we're starting to get some resistance from it. I can move it, but we're just starting to get some resistance from it. It's nothing like it was, and this is only after 2 days, so it's still got a lot more to settle yet, but it's just proving that it is settling slowly. So we'll give it another go in another day or so and see what it feels like then. Okay guys, this is day 4 now with the media test, and we're really getting some resistance there now. In fact, what I'll do is, I have here a paving block, which is a lot heavier than a brick. So because you can't see actually how much pressure I'm putting on this media, what I'm going to try to do is see if this will rest on top of the media, just to prove the resistance we're getting. And there you go, that is the sort of resistance we're getting from this media now after 4 days. So it's still packing tight. Now as far as putting it on its end goes, I don't think I dare. No, it's going to sink. But laying it flat on the media, and that is quite a heavy block, that, so you can tell what I'm pushing down on that media. I wouldn't leave it there obviously, because it will eventually go through it, but that's the resistance I'm getting from the media after 4 days. So it's still settling, it's still settling in the tub, and we'll give it a little bit longer and see how it goes after that. Okay guys, this is day 6. It's a bit windy, so and I have to have the door open for the light, so I hope it's not going to interfere with the sound too much. But we'll do a brick test on the media. So as you've seen before, I can rest it on there like that and it's not a problem. What we'll try to do, this is day 6, don't forget, that's on its edge. Now bearing in mind this thing weighs quite a bit, it is quite heavy. It's concrete, solid concrete, it's not it's a lot heavier than a house brick. I don't know whether it'll stand that or not. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. Look at that, and that's after 6 days. That's just how tight the media has knitted together, making the gaps in it smaller and smaller, and obviously filtering better and better. So that's remarkable. I can actually stand that on its end, on top of the media, and obviously you can see I'm not holding it. That is standing on the media and it's not moving. It's not even attempting to sink. So that's just how well this media knits together. It's remarkable stuff. So it's knitting tighter and tighter together all the time. So when people say we're getting streaming from it, I really don't see how. But that just goes to prove, as far as I'm concerned, that this stuff is moving all the time, knitting tighter and tighter together and filtering better and better. And we're coming up to 7-8 days, so it'll be time to give the filters a clean again. But that's why this is good stuff. That's how well it knits together. So I hope that's put your minds at rest about this streaming. Well guys, that's about it for this video. The pond season's underway and pleased about it I am. So all I've got to say is thanks for watching and happy ponding.